Greetings. My name is Fabrina Payne, a 2018 Master of Public Health candidate with Liberty University. Today I will be discussing my practicum experience creating a childhood obesity program. The objectives covered will include the purpose, the design, accomplishments, and recommendations. Next slide. The purpose of this practicum experience was to initiate a childhood obesity program for the Office of Chronic Diseases of Palmetto Health Baptist Hospital in Columbia, South Carolina. Childhood obesity is a global issue, and in the United States, there are more than 3 million cases per year. Currently, Palmetto Health Baptist Hospital offers chronic disease prevention programs for adults. However, it does not have a program that specifically targets young persons. Next. The design of this program was divided into 4 phases. Phase 1 was the planning phase. Phase 2, development. Phase 3, the implementation phase, and Phase 4, the evaluation phase. However, taking into account my timeline for this course, I focused on phases 1, 2, and 4. Because implementation is projected to commence in the fall of 2019, I was unable to concentrate on this stage. This slide here focuses on Phase 1, the planning phase. During the planning phase, I analyzed zip code data and I also researched literature to determine a target demographic. Based on the research, I decided that this project would focus on a rural African American populated area, the Lower Richland area in Columbia, South Carolina. This phase also involved choosing the type of curriculum that would be used, whether it's faith-based, community-based, or school-based. A faith-based curriculum was chosen, Faithful Families, because research shows that parents play a determining factor in the success of their children's health. Also, Palmetto Health has pre-existing relationships within the faith community of the Lower Richland area. During this phase, a survey was created and distributed to individuals within the target area. The purpose of the survey was to gauge their interest and need for a childhood obesity program. Next slide. The development phase, which was phase 2. During this phase, the results of the survey were analyzed. Only 43 families responded. However, of those 43 families, 55% of the respondents indicated that they were interested in participating in a program such as this. I also developed a proposed operational budget for the first cohort and identified potential collaborating partners. That budget is currently under review. And I also want to add that with administering the survey, I found it easier to do an electronic survey versus paper survey, and it also helped to aggregate the data more quickly than it did with the paper. For phase 4, the evaluation phase, the evaluation documents were identified. After reviewing the standard Faithful Families entry and exit forms, it was decided that these forms will be administered to each family at the beginning and completion of the pilot program, respectively. Currently, a pre- and post-test is under consideration to administer to the youth ages 9 and older to complete. Additionally, baseline health data will also be obtained before and after completion of the program to evaluate any changes to include height, weight, and BMI, among others. Next slide. This slide, which is also part of the design of the program, is the logic model. The logic model you see on this slide presents a detailed integrated snapshot of the aforementioned phases. Next slide. The accomplishments. There were 2 accomplishments that I would like to cite for this practicum experience. The most significant accomplishment of this practicum experience is that it has helped the Office of Chronic Disease of Palmetto Health set the foundation of establishing a signature program that focuses on combating the rising chronic illnesses of youth with the underlying cause by obesity. And this will be the first signature program that specifically targets youth. Additionally, unlike any of its other programs, Faithful Families will be the first program of the Office of Chronic Diseases of Palmetto Health Baptist Hospital that intentionally includes the total family. Recommendations. Again, I have 2 recommendations for creating a childhood obesity program. Firstly, after one carefully research supports that a need for an obesity program, and it is in a selected area, it is highly suggested to inventory current partnerships and potential collaborators. I say this for 2 reasons. 1, it's important to maximize on community resources. And 2, this is important to avoid the duplication of services. The other recommendation is to consult community stakeholders to help determine the most effective delivery setting. Again, whether it's community, whether it's school-based, or whether it's faith-based. But this would be dependent upon resources and also expected program participation. This will also dictate the suggested research-proven curricula to be used. Again, these are recommendations, but these are 2 things that I found that will be helpful in the success of creating a childhood obesity program. So, this concludes my presentation of creating a childhood obesity program. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at the provided information listed on the first slide. Thank you, and again, stay healthy.